Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. The Curse of Oak Island. A giant underground void suggests possible chamber under the garden shaft. The Curse of Oak Island guys have enlisted the help of a team of miners as they encounter a large void in the money pit area, near the garden shaft. They hope the void contains a secret chamber. On last night's episode, the guys focused pretty much all their attention on the garden shaft. This searcher shaft, discovered in 2017, was initially abandoned after the team felt it wasn't of much interest. However, things have changed dramatically in the first 3 episodes of Season 10. The discovery of a tunnel in the money pit area at 108 feet that appeared to be heading in the direction of the garden shaft, coupled with the high content of gold in the water samples around the shaft, all means that the team has decided to examine what's under there. Commenced drilling at the not-so-punchily named borehole of 5N13.5, and it didn't take them long to hit a massive void. At just 55 feet, the drill plunged into a gigantic 10-foot void. The team immediately speculated that they might have hit an offset chamber. This theory was reinforced when bubbles began surfacing in the pond above the garden shaft, indicating that air was being forced to the surface. This likely means there's a void or chamber underground. Marty Lagina suspects treasure is hidden in an offset chamber. The existence of an offset or secret chamber that contains hidden treasure has always been one of Marty Lagina's favorite theories. Marty thinks it likely that the original treasure depositors created a fake money pit, or as he referred to it last night, an illusion hole, only to hide the loot in a side/offset chamber. Either way, the guys need to find out what's going on down there, and thankfully Doug Crowell has a plan. He enlisted the help of a mining company, Dumas Contracting Lot, who gave a presentation to the fellowship in the war room. Oak Island team will be able to examine money pit area from underground. The guys from Dumas outlined an ambitious plan to excavate the original garden shaft down to approximately 75 feet. They would then reconstruct the shaft, making it safe for the Lagina brothers and the rest of the fellowship to go down and have a look. And the Dumas folks claimed they only needed 50 days to do this. The guys were thrilled at the prospect, as it would be the first time that they could actually go underground and explore the money pit area for themselves. Marty asked the miners about the possibility of further excavation outward of the shaft, and excitingly, he was told that Dumas could tunnel in any direction and any elevation that they wished. This is a great moment to be a fan of Oak Island, as Season 10 is increasingly showing that the guys are willing to use any resource and technology available to get to the bottom of the 227-year-old mystery. The island of Oak Island, shrouded in legend and enigma, had always been a subject of fascination for treasure hunters, historians, and conspiracy theorists alike. Nestled off the coast of Nova Scotia, this unassuming piece of land had become the center of a centuries-old mystery involving buried treasure, secret societies, and countless expeditions marked by hope, heartbreak, and sometimes tragedy. For decades, searchers had dug, drilled, and theorized, all in a relentless pursuit of the elusive treasure said to be hidden deep within the island. The garden shaft, a focal point of recent explorations, was one of the many sites on Oak Island where hopes were perennially high. This seemingly nondescript shaft was now at the heart of what could be the most groundbreaking discovery in the island's history. It all began on a brisk autumn morning when the latest team of treasure hunters, led by the determined and meticulous Marty and Rick Lagina, embarked on another day of exploration. They had been focusing their efforts on the garden shaft, which lay near the infamous money pit, a site notorious for swallowing fortunes and lives alike without yielding its secrets. Had been using advanced technology to map and scan the subterranean landscape. Ground-penetrating radar, seismic surveys, and sonar had become their trusted tools in an environment where traditional digging often led to catastrophic collapses and floods. On this particular day, the radar operator, a seasoned geophysicist named Dr. Emily Hartman, noticed something extraordinary on her screens. "There's a large void," she said, pointing to the monitor where the radar data was being rendered into a 3D model. A massive underground chamber beneath the garden shaft. The room fell silent as everyone gathered around the screen. The void was unmistakable, a dark hollow space amidst the denser rock and soil formations. It was larger than anything they had ever detected before on the island. Could it be? Rick whispered, almost afraid to voice the question that had haunted every Oak Island explorer. Marty, always the pragmatist, scrutinized the data. "It's a void, all right. But we need to be sure. We've had false alarms before." Dr. Hartman nodded. "True, but this one's different. The size, the shape. It's too regular to be a natural formation. It looks like a man-made chamber." Excitement tinged with caution filled the air. They knew better than to get carried away. Oak Island had a history of cruel disappointments. Yet there was something about this void that stirred the imagination. "Let's proceed with the borehole drilling," Rick decided. "We need to confirm what's down there." The drilling rig was set up with precision, and the borehole was meticulously positioned to intersect the void. The drill bit descended into the earth, a metallic probe seeking to uncover the secrets buried below. As it drilled deeper, the tension grew. Hours turned into an agonizing wait until, finally, the drill operator announced, "We've hit the void." A core sample was extracted and examined. It revealed a strange mix of materials: ancient wood, possibly from an old structure, and traces of metals that seemed out of place for a natural setting. It was what came next that sent shockwaves through the team. The borehole camera, a slender device with high-resolution capabilities, was lowered into the void. As the camera transmitted images to the surface, the team watched in breathless anticipation. The screen flickered, then cleared, revealing the interior of the chamber. What they saw defied expectations. The chamber was vast, its walls lined with what appeared to be meticulously crafted stonework. Wooden beams, aged but sturdy, supported the ceiling. Scattered across the floor were objects that glittered under the camera's light: coins, jewels, and what seemed to be old, intricately designed artifacts. "It's a treasure chamber," Marty said, his voice barely more than a whisper. The revelation was staggering. After centuries of searching, countless theories, and numerous dead ends, they had potentially uncovered the legendary treasure of Oak Island. But there were more questions than answers. Who had built this chamber? How had they managed to keep it hidden for so long? And most importantly, what dangers still lurked within? The team knew that their discovery was just the beginning. The void under the garden shaft was a tantalizing clue, a gateway to unraveling the full mystery of Oak Island. They would need to carefully excavate the chamber, preserving its contents and ensuring the safety of the site. Every step forward had to be measured and deliberate, for the island had a way of punishing haste and hubris. As they planned the next phase of their expedition, the sense of history weighed heavily on them. They were not just treasure hunters, they were part of a legacy, a chain of seekers stretching back through time. Each one had contributed to the puzzle, adding pieces and insights that had led to this moment. Word of the discovery spread quickly, drawing renewed interest and speculation from around the world. Historians, archaeologists, and even skeptics were drawn into the unfolding saga. Theories abounded, from connections to the Knights Templar and the lost treasure of King Solomon to more recent possibilities involving pirates and privateers. The Lagina brothers and their team remained focused amidst the growing media frenzy. They knew that the real treasure was not just gold and jewels, but the knowledge and understanding of the island's true history. As they prepared to descend into the chamber, they felt a deep sense of responsibility. They were on the verge of solving one of the greatest mysteries of their time, and the world was watching. The curse of Oak Island had claimed many victims, but it had also created a story that transcended generations. Now, with the discovery of the underground void, that story was about to enter a new and thrilling chapter. What lay beneath the garden shaft was more than a treasure. It was a testament to human curiosity, determination, and the enduring allure of the unknown.